Okay, so here we go. Anyway, you can't find me in any way, I think.
All right. So, Esty, can you tell a bit about your tutorial AI?
Yep. Okay, so what I can say concerning my tutorial AI, it's for advanced level scripters. It's based on my own experience in scripting with the use of direct unit control. Um, and the whole dark age is pure micro of villagers. So it means that
Cool.
I don't use the gathering percentage system to define who is gonna go on food or wood, etc.
Yeah.
So I think that I would have a lot of work to make it better. I know that Rehoboom does it pretty well. But well, it
Yeah, that's
was
exactly what Rehoboam does as well.
I would say that making this tutorial was a way to experience this part of the game that because I never tried before to make something that way. And for the rest of the gameplay for my TutoMaster, I used a lot my experience in Odette with hit and run. And I don't remember if I made it use a TSA or not. Maybe there is a small use of TSA. But anyway,
Yeah.
it will go for pure arches and some skirmishers if needed.
Cool. Do you
Okay,
know how many
so
how large is the AI? Like how many lines of code?
sorry?
So how long is the AI file? How many lines of code is it?
Oh, that's a lot of. I didn't count the amount of lines to be honest. I think that it's a lot. But to make it clear for the user who wanna learn from this tutorial, I made it a way the informations can be found clearly inside of the code. So that's the way it works. I was focusing
Cool.
on the gameplay actually of Esty Tuto. It doesn't, well, we had some bugs appearing, but it managed to get the first boar, so it looks to be not too bad. So,
Yeah.
your turn now. What can you say about
Yeah.
Panda Tutorial AI? I know that it contains way less lines than ST the TutoMaster.
Yeah, it's about 1,000 lines of active code. Um, so the idea behind this project is to at some point make a little video tutorial series of very short videos, like 10 minutes or less in length, mostly. Um, so what I want to make is, first of all, an introduction video for people who have never been into scripting, of
Mm-hmm.
how to make an AI in less than half an hour. Um, and then I want to make some very short, uh, very practical video examples of how to do certain things that basically any any script should explore at some point. So that would be things like boar luring, deer luring, and basic macro tips. Basically anything that's simple enough to put in a less than 10-minute video. So that's the
Okay.
idea. So it lures deers, it lures boars, and it has somewhat decent macro. And it has a very, very simple strategy, as you will see, but it works quite well.
Okay, so it can be a great combination with what Interlapse did with his videos.
Yeah, I think what my angle would be like if you wanted to differentiate it a bit from Interlibus, what would be to make it more example based, like practical, not go as much into the theory behind like how every single command works, more focusing on how do I get my AI to do this specific task, and then give an example and learn via that. But it's obviously it's a project from the for the future. I haven't finished the AI yet, and there's no tooltips or anything. So it's at this point it's just an idea.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so regarding the game, we see that Esty TutoMaster found Panda.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest of lumber camps it built there. There's no there's no fancy rule for lumber camp building in this AI, unfortunately.
Yep.
Um,
Well, clearly Rehoboom
but it
would
does have
have put its lumber camp in a better position.
yeah, yeah, I can promise that. Yeah, it has some DUC in Dark Age. It'll obviously lure boars and deers, but it'll also have
Hmm.
some rules to make sure that the farms aren't idle. Um, which yeah, I think that's actually it. But it's enough to make it reach feudal age and castle age in somewhat decent times.
Hmm. What is the percentage of code um, dedicated to the economy, and which is the percentage um, concerning the military in Panda?
In this AI, I think I
Just
think
to
the
get an
military
idea.
would be like I think the military would be like 5% of the code or something.
How many?
Um,
Five.
like 5%
Really?
or something. Yeah,
Okay.
very simple. It's just yeah,
Just go to attack.
it's
Okay.
basic attack, just attack groups. I mean, it has some advanced features, but I tried to keep it as simple as possible. So it's basically just based on military superiority. So if it has significantly more army than the opponent, it'll attack. If not, it'll retreat. And then there's sort of a middle area to make sure it commits when it attacks. If it's under attack, it'll always defend. And then there's some extra code to like modify military superiority for upgrades and such, and also if when it attacks, it tries to collect its army before attacking, so it doesn't spread out too much. I think that's basically all of it. So it's like 100 lines of code or something, I'd guess.
Okay. Interesting. So I'm discovering that the main unit is actually men at arms as Malians. What a
Yes,
surprise!
yes. I tried to find a strategy where I could like go for the simplest possible strat, and Malian um, um, yeah, the men at arms, or what I call militia line, is very suited for that, as it's not really hard countered by anything besides gunpowder.
Yep. So actually, ST side, we've got a mix of scouts and skirmishers, archers. Let's check the economy at this point. Okay, it's a big investment in the military population, so Castle Age is clearly delayed for both of the AIs.
And someone saying in the chat, that's a lot of men-at-arms. Just wait. I can spoil that this AI does not build town centers. It just builds more militia line units. So
Okay, so
no reason to complicate things.
eventually TutoMaster decided to attack with his bunch of scouts and skirmishers. I think that it just was scared regarding the military population of its opponents. But now it does have the military population required for the first assault.
Yep, the first battle commences.
Yep. So
oh,
nice to see.
It has hit and run micro, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
I think my AI is actually confused due to the lumber camp being placed so far away. It thinks it's fighting outside of its space.
Yes, in fact, it's
I think that's
quite
why
far.
the units does not commit.
Hmm. Well, the hit and run is going to be a complication for Panda.
And not so much the hit and run as the fact that the units are so far away from the TC, so it's like it'll stop attacking if units get to a certain distance from the TC. I think that's the current issue here. But at least the added pierce armor of the Malians makes it somewhat effective.
Okay, it makes some kill anyway. I think that TutoMaster is just disturbed by the number of the militians. What a battle, man! What a battle!
It's a massacre.
I think that TutoMaster should be able to reach Castle. Yes, it is actually researching Castle Age. So let's see what's gonna happen with some crossbows that time. But
yeah,
now
I think my tutorial AI built its market too late. It has plenty of resources, but it was missing the second building.
well,
but it also seems to win the fight.
Something I wanted to tell you when you told me that Panda Tutorial AI could play the Davis Cup. You need to keep in mind that Davis Cup doesn't play Warlord Kingdom civilizations. So it means that Panda Tutorial AI should play something like Goth or Celt. What you want, Japanese maybe, but definitely not Malian, because you can't play Davis Cup with Malian, man.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. I thought it was only against non-Warlord Kingdom AIs. I mean, it's definitely the strongest with Malians, without any like. There's no real comparison. The second would be Goths, but it would be way weaker with those. Simply the fact that the pierce armor means it can dive TCs in Castle Age is the main strength of this AI.
Yes, exactly. Okay, once again, the men-at-arms are doing a great job.
Yeah, I think your units are a bit too brave there.
Well, it can be the moment for a counterattack.
Yeah, I think it will. Once it gets its upgrades, it should attack now.
I remember an old, very old AI which had a similar strategy than Panda uh, before the up. I don't remember the name, maybe of who can tell me. An AI which just go for a massive army of men-at-arms.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think Panda AI is gonna attack for the rest of the game at this rate.
Okay,
That's
so
that's
TutoMaster
club
will have
an
a bad time, I
advantage.
guess. Well, that's a pretty interesting AI, I would say. Curious to see how it will perform against the other AIs in this group.
Yeah, I did test it against some AIs. I won't spoil the results, but overall it did quite well.
Nice.
I think the main weakness is the early game because it's quite late to get out its first units, so
Yeah.
it's a bit vulnerable there. Um, and obviously, like some of its flaws were also shown here. I don't really plan to make it like any better than it is now because it's not really supposed to be great. It's just supposed to be show how you can make a simple, strong AI, and teach some concepts of why it's like why it works. Um, with yeah, boar luring, deer luring, decent macro, and that it yeah, how to do that in a simple way.
Yeah, it's really impressive, I would say. And I like the amount of farms.
Yeah, that was actually like I remember we talked about this for the Davis Cup, and and you having this tournament. And like a month ago, I just had a much more basic version of this, which was significantly weaker. Like it didn't hunt boars or deers or anything.
Hmm.
But then I had time to update it for this tournament. And one of the updates was also to the macro aspect because I found that it couldn't make enough farms unless I added the ability to place multiple buildings and stuff. Like there's certain strategic numbers that needs to be set for these things to work. Um, so that's also one of the like additions I had to make for it to actually work in late game as well.
Okay, Philosopher is not boss the AI I was thinking about. It's another one, an older one. I'll find it later anyway and tell you. Okay, GG. So we've got a great competitor, which is called Panda Tuto.
GG's.
GG.
Yeah, I didn't have space to put in resign rules, by the way, for Panda Tutorial AI. So you should probably just give admin wins whenever it's
Yep,
losing.
in fact. Okay.
But I think
One
I think
zero.
you've seen all of its tricks by now. Yeah.
Good job.
The hidden one just pointed out to me that I should make it solid stone, which is correct, because it won't build towers or castles or TCs anyway. So that's a good idea.
Yep, it's right.
I'll add that.
Okay, so let's go for the next game.
Yep.
First we need to check what is gonna be the civilization for Esty Tuto.
Yep.
Okay, it's gonna be Aztec. Let's see if it's gonna make a
All right.
difference. Well, I think it won't make any difference
I
because
hope it doesn't make
yeah,
I hope it doesn't make any eagles. Let's put.
in fact, the strategy will be exactly the same. So here we go, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Good luck, man.
Good luck. AIs. Okay, we've got a closer forest around the Panda Panda town center. That can be a good point.
Hopefully it won't go for its forward wood line this time. Does your tutorial AI build, do you see lumber camps?
I didn't get what you mean, sorry.
Does your AI build lumber camps using DUC, direct unit control?
No, I made it pretty simple.
Alright. That's
Oh
one of
no,
the things
no. What I'm saying is absolutely wrong, man. No. The lumber council is built with with DUC.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't think of a way yet to make something which is simple and good enough to put in the tutorial AI.
Exactly.
Because I don't want it to be too long, and the rules of Rehoboam for building lumber camps is like longer than all of the rules of the tutorial AI, so can't really
Yeah.
copy that.
And especially when I made my villagers micro, I definitely needed to add this stuff. I see that I've got some problems on the definitive edition version with my villager, which is not attacking the boar. Okay, it's eventually doing the job.
Yeah, I'm pr I'm pretty sure what the problem is actually.
Oh,
You need to make the command not fire if the bill has the boar as a target already. Then it shouldn't keep targeting the boar, because it retargets the boar before it has time to shoot the arrow, like before the animation is done.
I see. Okay.
Your villagers actually do the same thing when they build buildings. I noticed. They keep retargeting the building, and that's pretty easy to turn off if you just make it a condition that they can't be targeting the building already.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
I I would think maybe one of the reasons for this happening more on D could be that the time between passes differ, so it's able to make a new command quicker potentially than on user patch.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the main lumber camp is in a good spot for Panda in the back of the map.
Yeah, yeah, that looks very nice. By the way, remind me after the streaming today. I have some ideas for how to improve your tutorial AI's Archimicro.
Yep. Like what, for example?
Well, I noticed that it stays pretty close to the enemy military, which means my army got a lot of extra hits in.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest is that you keep a constant distance to the enemy army center of gravity of at least 3 tiles, and it's fairly easy to code actually. Um,
Yeah, in fact,
that's what
it
the
was
next.
yeah, it was exactly what I was thinking the game before. It's something Odette, for example, will do against militias, like against cavalry class, for example. And it's
Yep.
something I didn't add to the TutoMaster because I just made it simpler. But in fact, it would have helped, especially against Panda.
Yeah.
Maybe if I did test TutoMaster against Panda, it's something I would have done, to be honest. A small
Mm.
update, which would have been really
Did you
useful.
test? Did you
But
test
well,
it against any other AIs like Odette or something?
I test TutoMaster against Rage when I was working on TutoMaster, just because Rage is an AI going for arches, so I was interested in testing the hit and run against an AI going for full arches. So that's why it was my main opponent. And if I'm right, I did test against some random AIs, like Illuminati, for example, and some others. But I didn't want to test against Panda Tuto because I didn't want to be spoiled by the way Panda plays.
Yeah, I can't help myself to test against any new AI when I see it being available.
Yep. Well, actually, we've got a lot of new scripts. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Okay, so
And also,
instead of the scouts, we've got this time some eagles trained in the early feudal age. Let's see if it helps TutoMaster in this game, at least to harass some villagers.
yeah. Um, King in the chat is suggesting to let the strategic number called ability to maintain distance do some work here. Um, I actually I haven't tried to use that at all, but I wouldn't think that it would be easy to use in conjunction with DUC. I think it's actually simpler to just go full DUC, because then you can predict the movements more precisely of what it's going to do. Yeah, I think one thing I could improve upon in tutorial AI is currently it's only defending when the enemy is attacking. Um, but I should probably make it defend as well, just when there's a lot of enemy units in base.
Mm-hmm.
As it's running a lot of back and forth where it doesn't really have to.
How many barracks at this point for Panda? Okay, one barrack. That's
Yeah,
actually
it'll
enough.
make a second barracks when it goes. It'll only make the second once it goes up to Castle Age, and then it'll make, I think it's like 6 when it goes imp or something.
Okay. Maybe Panda can work
I didn't make
against an
any.
AI like Shadow, which goes for full skirmishers. Did you test Panda
Yeah,
against
I
Shadow?
was actually. Yeah, I did, but I don't think I want to spoil anything.
Yeah, but you are smiling, man. We can hear this with your voice.
Yeah,
So it means that
I'm not. I'm not necessarily. No, no, no. I'm not necessarily smiling because it does well. I'm just.
you're smiling, man.
I'm not saying anything, man.
Okay, okay. But well, anyway, it makes this group A pretty interesting with Promi, Shadow, Panda Tutorial. I would
Yeah.
say that it makes me scared because group A is linked to the group C for the semi-finals. Maybe it's something you
Which one
detect.
is Group C again?
Yeah, it's composed with Tribal, Odette, Pharaon, almost all my
Oh yeah,
AIs.
all of your other ASIs.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately. So I think that I can be scared regarding this group A.
Yeah. I was actually looking at the brackets earlier, like if I was gonna cast any sets, and I think Group C would be one of the most fun brackets to cast, as I think it's one of the more even brackets. Like I think
Yeah,
Tribal should have the edge on every other AI, but besides that, I think maybe HD is one of the weaker. But I think the three others, I haven't tested them, but I would put them at fairly similar strength levels.
yeah, I think that Alice's can do something too in the group.
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
The march has begun.
Yeah, it's almost unstoppable. I think that Panda does have already the amount of military to start attacking the opponent.
Yeah, but it won't. I don't think it will attack right now, and the reason for that is it has some modifier rules to its military superiority, which will uh, make it less likely to attack when it's awaiting Castle Age upgrades.
Okay, we've got exactly the same amount of villagers, while both of the AIs reach castle at the same time. But the difference is the amount of military population. Clearly at the advantage of Panda.
Yeah. Yeah, if only it's sold as stone, it would be able to afford its upgrades, but it's very low on gold, so I think it might actually stay defensive for quite a while here.
Well, Esty is building a TC in a weird place.
That's a yeah. That's like a come and get me, bro. TC. dare you to kill this TC.
Well, maybe it can make Panda a bit buzzy. Okay, now let's go for a massacre coming with the archers, which are around the Blues town.
But actually, it still hasn't gotten any of its important castle age upgrades. It's still lacking the gold to get them. I fear that it might prioritize building monks. No, now it finally clicked long swords. I still don't think it has the armor upgrade. But it might not matter.
Come on, run, archers, run. Well, they're actually running back.
Yeah. There goes the TC. Can you check if it got the armor upgrade yet?
Okay, yep.
It didn't.
It does have +3 diff armor, actually.
Yeah, but it's still missing the castle age armor upgrade.
Okay, it's actually researching it.
Yeah, finally.
Finally. Okay,
Should
so
probably overwhelm
the game is
your
over
AI
soon now. So Panda Tuto is getting its first 2 points.
Seems like it. Barbarian, here we come.
Okay, man. So it was 2 fast games. It means that if you got time, the night Panda, we can cast another match.
Sure, I have plenty of time.
Nice. Okay. Okay, yeah, because the game is definitely over. I don't know if you want to watch a bit more of this game.
It's fine. We can go for the next one.
Okay.